Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Ushanka Show, stories about life in the Soviet Union. My name is Sergey Sputnikov and I would like to thank all my subscribers who helped me to reach 100,000 subs in 9 years. Thank you so much. What does it take to get 100k? 100k! In today's video we're gonna watch and analyze some interesting footage from 1982 filmed in Kharkiv, Soviet Ukraine.
You are a fucking agent. All of your pictures are bullshit. Your arguments too. Look, inequality on USA. USSR was a young country developing. You would be better than China is today. You were an anti-communist. Just accept it, brother. The opportunities you claim are nothing compared to millions of Americans. And are not in Russia because migrated. USSR gave you everything, hypocritical scumbag.
Okay, so let's watch this short episode. So there's two suspicious individuals live in the store and they just walk in minding their own business, and suddenly there's an interception. It looks like a KGB officer, so definitely looks like a spy movie right here, right? Look at that. 1, 2 officers approaching, guys look confused, and there's the third guy. Look how big that dude is. Okay, so let's watch what's gonna happen next. So these two guys got detained for doing something illegal, and they've been searched, and looky, who got not a cookie, but a bottle of Russkaya vodka, Russian vodka. Most Soviet-era vodkas ended with Kaya, Moskovskaya, Stolichnaya, Russkaya. And this one is kind of specific design with those two medals, so they got some awards for best tasting vodka. One looks like in DDR. So that's what the vodka was, Russkaya vodka, Russian vodka. And I was always wondering why they made English spelling for the Soviet market, because we didn't care. And another fun fact you will never find in the Soviet history books, you see how the long neck bottle is? It had a specific nickname. So this picture gives you a nice comparison between long neck bottles and the short neck bottles. That was the most popular size for vodka sold in Soviet Union, 0.5 liters. Both of them same, half a liter bottles, but one's on the top were long neck. And those long neck bottles had a silly nickname. We call them Sabonis after Arvydas Sabonis, who was a basketball player from Lithuania. He played for the Žalgiris Kaunas and for the Soviet basketball team, and he was 7 feet 3 inches tall. So we got an interesting situation. Two guys got in trouble for nothing more than having a bottle of vodka in their pockets. And they're obviously not teenagers. They're grown men and they're probably 30s or 40s. So what's going on here? And some of you may think, hey, this is Gorbachev times, although film looks quite vintage, like 50s, if not 40s vintage. It's a Gorbachev time and his famous anti-alcohol campaign that he began in 1985. But this episode was filmed actually in 1982, and 1982 it's still Leonid Brezhnev era. He died in November of 1982, and based on unpainted trees, I assume it's early spring of 1982. Mikhail Gorbachev was not the only Soviet leader that tried to improve situation with excessive drinking in the Soviet Union. Back in May of 1972, when I was just 1 year old, Leonid Brezhnev also had a law о мерах по усилению борьбы против пьянства и алкоголизма. So that's different efforts to increase fighting against excessive drinking and alcoholism. And they had several rules. For example, they stopped manufacturing vodka 100 and 112 proof. We had that strong vodka. They quit making that. And also they made the law that you're allowed to purchase vodka or hard liquor only between 11 o'clock in the morning and 7 o'clock at night. So stores usually be opening at 8 a.m. like grocery stores, but you're not allowed to buy hard liquor till 11. You could buy beer, maybe wine, but no vodka or hard liquor. And there's the sign from the store. It says отдел водки работает с 11 до 19 часов. So vodka department opened only between 11 and 7 p.m. And below there was another sign. It's kind of hard to read, but it says Герои советского и социалистического труда, инвалиды Великой Отечественной войны обслуживаются без очереди. So if you're a hero of the Soviet Union, or if you're a hero of the socialist labor, as well, if you are a handicapped person, invalid from the Great Patriotic War, you can purchase alcohol skipping the line, вне очереди. So that was one of the biggest benefits for the veterans, but not just veterans, only handicapped veterans. So you can buy vodka without staying in line. And here's another interesting sign from the same store. It says «Спиртные напитки лицам в рабочей спецодежде не отпускаются». You cannot purchase alcohol if you wear workers' uniform. So, if you're a painter or construction worker and you wear so-called спецодежда, special uniform, you're not allowed to purchase alcohol because you're supposedly working. So even if it's after 11, you cannot buy alcohol. So here's the example of спецодежда. There's definitely a construction worker wearing that silly hat that goes under the hard hat and during the cold weather. And they have 4 Sabonis bottles of vodka and a couple loaves of bread. So they were planning to have a good lunch, but they got caught by militia, and now they explaining what they were doing, and they definitely got in trouble. And here's another small detail in these tall Sabonis vodka bottles I would like to point out to you guys. So here we got 2 bottles of same vodka, Russkaya vodka. One on the left had a single-use cap. So once you open that bottle, you can't really close it. The one on the right is a normal screw-type lid, so you can close it. You don't have to finish the whole bottle. The one on the left, you have to drink it whole thing because there's no way to close the bottle once you peel off that foil. And here we see 2 more guys that decided to buy some alcohol during the work hours or wearing uniform, but they had wine. Still, they got in trouble for buying wine, and they definitely don't look happy. And I found it amusing. There's no privacy. They show faces, they film people, and no problem with that. So it's quite a different attitude. And here's the confirmation that this movie was filmed during the Brezhnev era. There's a poster behind the telephone and Leonid Brezhnev right there in the middle. Can't tell, looks like he is among the workers. And some of you may wonder by now what kind of punishment would be for a regular Soviet worker who would get drunk while at work or get caught buying alcohol during the work hours or before the 11. So there's the list. Помни, выпил, совершил прогул, нарушил общественный порядок, потерял 13-ю зарплату, премию, очередь на квартиру, отпуск в летний период, уважение товарищей. So for getting drunk at work or missing work without proper excuse, or if you just did something bad on the street, broke the glass or started the fight, you could lose the following. 13-ю зарплату. So since there are 12 months in a year, people got paid 12 times, so that's зарплата. And then the annual bonus was called the 13th salary, 13-я зарплата, and you could lose that. A worker could also lose премию. You can lose your bonus. So for example, if you performed at 110% your quota, you can get a small bonus, but you could lose it if you got drunk. Очередь на квартиру. Your spot in the waiting list for the apartment. Now that's the heavy one. That's probably the worst that could happen to you if you lose your spot. Because, for example, my dad, when he used to work at the Kiev Antonov aircraft factory, the waiting list was for 20 years. So make sure you're about 5 years away from getting so-called free apartment and suddenly lost your spot, and now you're back to 20 years waiting list. So that was a bad one. Очередь на квартиру. Waiting list for the apartment. The next punishment is отпуск в летний период. So it's a summer vacation. Usually Soviet people got 28 days of vacation, and of course everyone was trying to take it during the summer, because when you live in the Soviet Union, it's like Canada. The best time to take vacation was in the summer, so then you'll be taking vacation in the fall or in the winter, which is not cool. And the last one, уважение товарищей, so respect from your co-workers. Yeah, whatever. That's not a big deal, but we had a lot of shaming going on. We had a shame boards, doski позора, where they'll put picture of the people who were caught drunk or did something else stupid, and it will be well known to the whole factory that these people are naughty. And back to our film. So not only workers could get in trouble for trying to buy alcohol before 11 or after 11 while wearing their work uniform, people who sold them alcohol could also get in trouble for breaking the same rules. It seems like this lady got caught and she doesn't look happy. I also need to mention that just 1 year prior, In 1981, Soviet government drastically increased price for vodka. From 3 rubles and 62 kopecks for a 0.5 liter bottle of vodka between 1972 and 1981, the price jumped to 5 rubles and 30 kopecks. This price increase meant that for the average worker who was making 150 rubles per month, his buying power dropped from 41 bottles per month of vodka to 28 bottles. Some sources claim that this jump in the prices was caused by the war in Afghanistan. It was expensive, and simultaneously oil prices were going down in the early 80s, so government was short on money and they decided to get it from the alcohol sales. Obviously, no one was happy about this price increase, and we even had this joke when a kid asking his father, "Dad, I heard the vodka got so expensive. Does that mean you're gonna drink less?" And he says, "No, my son, that means you're gonna eat less."
Чего не смеетесь-то? Не смешно? Не поняли, да?
This short poem also originated back in 1980s. Если водка будет 5, мы ее все будем брать. Если водка станет 8, все равно мы пить не бросим. Передайте Ильичу, нам и 10 по плечу. Если цены станут больше, то мы сделаем как в Польше. Если будет 25, будем зимний брать опять. And translation of course won't be rhymed, but if the vodka will be 5 rubles, we'll still be buying it. And if it will become 8 rubles, we still won't quit drinking. Tell the Ilyich, Vladimir Ilyich Lenin, that if we can handle even 10 rubles, and if prices will go even higher, then we will do something like what's happening in Poland. Remember in 1981, there was issues in Poland, and it says, and if vodka will be 25 rubles, then we will storm the Winter Palace again. And as I mentioned in my video, Can You Build Socialism by Drinking Hard and Hardly Working, which is now Ushanka Show number 3 video with 330,000 views, it's kind of mystery why Soviet people drank so much, considering that it was a worker's paradise, cheap housing, 100% employment, free healthcare, all those benefits and perks of socialism, and people were still drowning their sorrows in vodka. And you need to remember that the Soviet government was in this peculiar situation. The state had monopoly on producing and selling alcohol, making tons of money, meanwhile taking a hit on low productivity, high-level accidents, dropping the birth rates, and all other horrible stuff that comes with excessive drinking. So the same people who are manufacturing vodka and kefir were telling you better drink kefir than vodka. Really bizarre situation. Okay, my friends, it's all I have for today. If you like my videos, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to like it, write a comment, and we'll talk to you soon. До свидания. Goodbye.